Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. So, today we are going to start here another topic of grammar, which is verbs. So, first of all, what is verbs or what are verbs? What verbs are the words that shows action? Means these are the words which show what kind of action is being performed. So, for example, if I say Reena paints a picture, Reena paints a picture, so from this you can say sentence, it shows that Arena is painting a picture. Means what she is doing, she is painting a picture. So the word paints describes that what she is doing now. So in this way, the words like these kind of words are called verbs. So paints here is a verb. So next, moving to the next page. So then comes your types of verbs, which is very important. There are two types of verbs. One is first one is transitive verb, and second is intransitive verb. So let us discuss about these in detail. So first is your transitive verb. So the verbs that need object to make complete sense are called transitive verbs. Means the verbs that need objects, means when, as you know, that the sentence, simple sentence is formed by subject plus, you can say, helping verb, object. So the verbs which require object in a sentence to make a complete, you can say, sentence or a senseful sentence, those verbs are called transitive verbs. For example, Priya gifted me a bouquet, and next example is the doctor gave her an injection. So as you know, the words which are of purple color here, gifted, gave, these are the verbs. Priya gifted me a bouquet and the doctor gave her an injection. So the verb gifted and gave need object to make complete sentence. Means if I say Priya gifted me, so that doesn't mean any sense. So if I say Priya gifted me a bouquet, Priya gifted me a book, Priya gifted me a mug, anything like this, so that will make a complete sense. So the words like bouquet and injection, these are the objects which are helping the verb for making a complete sense of the sentence. So these kind of verbs like gifted, gave, here, these are your transitive verbs. And then moving to the next one. Next, now if we talk about objects, objects are also further divided into two categories, that is your direct object and indirect object. So what are these objects? Now let us discuss about these. So first one is the object that answer what after the verb. Means gifted what we were talking about on the last page, we were talking about Priya gifted me a bouquet. So the question arises, Priya, what you can say, what she gifted to you? So she gifted me a bouquet. And so the objects that answer what question, and in the similar way in the second one also, doctor gave her an injection. What doctor gave? Doctor gave an injection. So here again, the objects which answer the question what, those objects are called here direct objects. On the other hand, the objects that answers whom that thing was gifted or whom that injection was given, so those you can say, those objects are called your indirect objects. So this is about your direct and indirect object. Moving to the next page now. Then comes your intransitive verbs. So what are intransitive verbs now? So the verbs that do not need object to make complete sense are called intransitive verbs. Means earlier we were talking about transitive verbs, those need object for making complete sense, but now we are talking about intransitive verbs. So these are the verbs that do not need any object to make complete sense. For example, means in such cases the action begin and end with subjects. Okay, so for example, we laughed, the artist danced. So these are the verbs here, but they do not require any kind of you can say object for making complete sense. These are the complete senseful sentences like we laughed and the artist danced. These are the complete senseful sentences, and there is no need of object. So these are called here intransitive verbs. Moving to the next page now. So here students, there is an exercise for you people. In this you have to identify whether the verb is transitive or intransitive. Means the verb is given of green color and you have to choose either transitive or intransitive as your answer for that particular verb. So in the first one, she sent me a mail yesterday. So what is it according to you? She sent me a mail yesterday. So yes, the answer is transitive. Why? Because again here is an, you can say she sent me a mail yesterday. What she sent? She sent a mail. And to whom she sent? She sent to me. So this means like this, it is a transitive verb. Then the newspaper gives us news on happenings from all over. So yes, again you have to choose whether the gives is a transitive or intransitive verb. So again, gives is a transitive verb. Why? Because it contains an object us here, so that is why. Next again, Radha invited all of us to her birthday party. Again, just think about it. Radha invited all of us to her birthday party. So yes, where she invited? On a birthday party. And to whom? All of us. So again there is an object, just you can say along with the verb. So again this is also your transitive verb. So all these three sentences have transitive verbs. Moving to the next page. Next is my classmate sang wonderfully. So here there is no object. Wonderfully here is a kind of adverb which is, you can say, which is describing about how my classmate sang the song. So yes, here wonderfully is not a object. So the word sang is a intransitive verb. Next, he spoke loudly at the meeting. Again, there is no object in this sentence. So again, loudly is a intransitive verb. Then she admired the teacher. She admired the teacher. So whom she admired? To the teacher. So that is why object is present and therefore it is a transitive verb. So I hope you have understood it very well, the concept of transitive and intransitive verbs. So next is, again, there is a paragraph, students. Underline the transitive verbs and circle the intransitive verbs. So you have given a paragraph and out of this you have to read this paragraph carefully and then we have to underline the transitive verbs and circle the intransitive verbs. So what is paragraph? So let us read this paragraph first of all. My favorite pastime is cooking. I try different recipes all the time. My mother loves cakes, so I am learning how to bake them. She often tells me that cooking is an art. My uncle has taught me wonderful ways to bake. He has given me excellent original recipes. I know I can be a good cook and I want to keep experimenting. So this is your paragraph and now we have to choose the transitive and intransitive verbs. So look at the first sentence of this paragraph. My favorite pastime is cooking. So after cooking there is no object, so that is why cooking is your intransitive verb here. So let us circle this one. Next is I try different recipes all the time. Then my mother loves cake. So what mother loves? Mother loves cake. So object is present. So loves is a transitive verb. Then so I am learning how to bake them. Again, learning is also a transitive verb. She often tells me that cooking is an art. So again, often tells me. Now tells is a verb and this is a transitive verb. But why? It is a transitive verb here. Why? Because it is followed by an object me. Then my uncle has taught me wonderful ways to bake. So again, taught is a verb and it is a transitive verb. Why? Because it is followed by the object me. He has given me excellent original recipes. I know I can be a good cook and I want to keep experimenting. So yes, again he has given me. Given is again a transitive verb because it is also followed by the object me, and Next is last one is the experimenting. So this is your intransitive verb because this is not followed by any of the object. So this is all about your paragraph. In this also you have to find the transitive and intransitive verbs. So next is subject verb concord roots. Concord means to say agreement. So what kind of subject will prefer what kind of verb, this we will discuss in this. Means singular subject will take singular verb or plural verb or whatever the things are there, we will discuss those one by one. So rule number 1. So what does it says? Rule number 1 says that two or more singular subject joined by and take a plural verb. So for example, Phuket and Krabi are beautiful island in Thailand. So they are talking about two islands and the name of the islands are given here, Phuket and Krabi. These are the names of island, and they are saying that if two or more singular subjects, so these words are subjects and these are joined by and, they are saying that if they are joined by and, yes they are joined by and, then they take a plural verb. Yes, they take a plural verb, so that is why we are using here are is a plural verb. So in this way, whenever there are two singular subjects and they are joined by a word and, then they will always take a plural verb, helping verb or verb. Okay, so this is your first rule. Then next rule, second rule, rule number 2 is collective noun take a singular verb. So what is the meaning of collective noun? We have done this in your noun in under the topic noun. Collective nouns like a bouquet of flower or class of fish. So like this. So those kind of collective nouns always take singular verb. So the class was punished for its misbehavior. No doubt class contain a lot of you can say number of students, but even then it will take your singular verb because class is a collective noun. So was will be the right answer here. We will not use class work, we will use class was punished for its misbehavior. So next rule is rule number 3. Two or more singular subjects joined by or take a singular verb. Means if earlier we were talking about if two singular subjects were joined by and, then they will take your plural verb. Now if the two or more singular subjects are joined by a word or, then they will take a singular verb. So the newspaper or magazine, means we are talking about newspaper and magazine and these are joined by the word or, so that is why the sentence the verb is contains, not contain. Singular form of verbs are you can say they are written as you can say contains, not contain. Contain is a plural form of verb and contains is the singular form of verb. Means with singular we use s or es. So yes, newspaper or the magazine contains this information. Means if the words, if two singular subjects are joined by the word or, then it take a singular verb. Next rule, rule number 4, the verb agrees with the subject that is nearer to it. When this rule follows, when we use either or, neither nor, not only but also. So whenever these kind of words are present, what you have to check? You have to put the verb according to that subject which is nearer to it. Means, see, look at the example. First one is either Raj or his brothers are coming. Means here we are deciding whether we will use is or are according to this word. Means if it is singular, then we will use singular verb. If it is plural, then we will use plural verb. So here brothers means plural word, so that is why we are using are, not is. So yes, similarly in the next one, students, here n is capital. So neither his brother nor I am coming. Again, see, here is I word. I means one person, singular person, so that is why we are using am here, not are. So you have to check the subject which is nearer to that verb, and then you have to put the verb according to that subject. Here the brothers were plural in this one, so that is why we are using plural verb, and I is a singular, so that is why we are using singular verb. When you have to apply this rule, in case the words like either or, neither nor, not only, but also, if these kind of words are present. Next rule is rule number 5. The verb agrees with the first subject when two subjects are joined by, as well as with and along with. So earlier we were talking that verb will, you can say, verb agrees with the second subject or the subject which is nearer to the verb when we were using either or, neither or. Next rule, which is the fifth rule, what this rule says, this rule says that the verb agrees with the first subject when two subjects are joined by, as well as with, along with. So let us see the examples. Example number 1, the women as well as her sons. So see students, here the first subject is woman, and woman is singular, so that is why we are using was here, not were. Here the word sons is also present, but what we are saying now, whenever the words like as well as these kind of words are present, we will look at the subject one, we will look at the first subject. So first subject is woman, woman is a singular subject, so that is why we will use singular verb, which is was. And in the second example, look at this one now, the women along with the president were present at the party. Now we are talking about women, women, men, which is a plural form of woman. So as we are saying that we will, you can say the verb will agree with the first subject, so that is why here we are using were, not was. Why? Because women is a plural subject, so that is why we are using plural form of verb here, which is were. So I hope it is clear. Moving to the next one now, rule number 6. So what does it says? Nouns preceded by each, every one of, either of, neither of take a singular verb. Means whenever there is a noun which is preceded by these kind of words, each, every one of, either of, neither of, so they will always take a singular verb. For example, every student has to sign the copy. So what they are saying, every student, so student is a noun and it is preceded by the word every, so that is why we will use has, which is a singular verb. Similarly, in the next one, either of the sibling has taken my phone, here is a full stop. So yes, either of the sibling has taken my phone, so either of word is here, which is preceded by the noun sibling, so that is why we are using the singular verb, which is has. So I hope it is clear. Moving to the next rule, rule number 7. What does it say? Noun that are plural in form but singular in meaning take a singular verb. So see student, for example, the news is not really favorable. So as we know that news is not a, you can say, singular word. Actually it is a plural word. News can be one news, two news, three news, but see what they are saying, noun that are plural in form but singular in meaning. So it is plural in form, news can be 4, 5, 6, 7, so on, but here it is, we are talking about one news. The news is not, you can say, really favorable. So with these kind of words we will use singular verb, which is we are using here. So next is rule number 8. Nouns that are always plural take a plural verb. The nouns which are always, you can say, exist as a plural form, they will always take a plural form of verb. For example, my trousers have a giant hole. So we are using plural form of verb, that is have. Why? Because trouser, we are using the word trouser here, and trouser is a, you can say, all trousers, as you know, trouser means pant that always occur in pair, means there are two legs, so that is why it is considered as, you can say, plural word, so that is why we are using plural verb along with this. My trousers have a giant hole. Next is rule number 9. Proper nouns, if plural but denoting a single name, take a singular verb. So proper noun means to say the name of any person, thing, place, if plural, if they are plural, but denoting a single name means now the words are plural, means we are talking. See, let us look at the example, then it will be clear to you. For example, Tom and Jerry is my favorite cartoon series. See students, Tom and Jerry are two different names of two different person, so we will say this is a plural and this will take r, but no. Why no? Because Tom and Jerry here, it is a name of one TV show. So although it is containing two, or you can say proper noun, but it is you can say it is denoting a single name. It is denoting a name of a TV program. So that is why Tom and Jerry is a single, you can say you can say singular word or single name. So that is why we are using the verb, singular verb, which is Tom and Jerry is my favorite cartoon series. Next is rule number 10. Rule number 10, what does it says now? A lot of, a plenty of, some of, and fractions like quarter of, half of, these kind of words take a singular verb when referring to amounts and quantities uncountable. See students, now we have done your countable and uncountable also in your nouns. So what are countable and uncountable? Countable simply means which you can count, and uncountable which we can't count. For example, juice, milk, those can be measured in liters or milliliters, etc., but they can't be counted. So the words like a lot of, plenty of, some of, when these are present along with the uncountable things, then they take singular verb, and when they are present with the countable nouns, then they take a plural verb. So how? For example, there is a lot of bread for the entire party. So there is a lot of bread here is a quantity, you can say we can measure the quantity of breads, but we can't count. So that is why we are using singular verb, that is. And next here, H is capital, students. Half of the houses were newly painted. So half of the houses are countable, and that is why we are using plural form of verb. So this is about your rule number 10. Then moving to the next one, rule number 11. Anyone, everyone, someone, anybody, somebody, nobody, each, one, either, and neither always take a singular verb. Understand? Whenever anyone, everyone, someone, anybody, somebody, nobody, each, one, either, and neither, these words are present, they will always take a singular verb like is, or you can say was, has, these kind of verbs. Nobody is allowed to move till the police arrive. So nobody here, you can say this is written here also. So nobody always take is singular verb. Next rule, rule number 12. Both, few, many, others, and several are always plural. Means these words are always take plural form of verb. So both athletes are running step for step. So like these, if these words are given, then we will always use your plural form of verb. Next students, rule number 13. All, any, more, most, and some are singular when the subject following them is singular, and plural when the subject following them is plural. What does it mean? All, any, more, most, and some. These words are singular when the subject following them is singular, means these will take singular form of verb when the subject following them is a singular subject, and these will take a plural form of verb when the subject following them is a plural, you can say, word. For example, look at the example. Some of that metal sheet is needed for the experiment. So look at the subject here, experiment. Experiment means one experiment, we are talking about one experiment. So experiment is a singular word, so that is why we are using the verb is here. So some of that means some of is also present. The words like some, they are saying if these kind of words are present, yes, some word is present. Some of that metal sheet is needed for the experiment. So experiment is a singular subject, and that is why we are using a singular verb. In the next one, second is some of the animals have escaped their enclosures. So some of the animals have escaped their enclosures plural, so that is why we are using the word have, which is a plural form of verb. So this is about your rule number 13. So this is all about your all the rules of subject verb concords, and then there is an exercise based on these rules. So let us try to solve this exercise now. Here you people have given two options in each of the sentence, and you have to choose the correct option, which is the most suitable, you can say, verb here according to that sentence. So look at the sentence carefully. First one is my spectacles has have gone missing. My spectacles has have gone missing. So again, students, like trousers, spectacles are also plural, and that is why we will use the verb have here. Okay, have is the right answer. My spectacles have gone missing. Next is neither of the men is are my uncle. Neither of the men is are my uncle. So whenever there is any word like either of, neither of these are present, we were saying in one of the rule that then it will always take your singular subject. So is the right answer here. Neither of the men is my uncle. Neither of the men is my uncle is the right answer here. Then raspberry is are my favorite custard flavor. Raspberry is are my favorite custard flavor. So we are talking about one thing, that is raspberry. So again it is a singular. So that is why is the right answer here. Is the right option here. Then Karim and Gauri is our good friends. Sorry, great friends. So again, there are two singular subjects, Karim and Gauri, and they are joined by a word and. So that is why the right answer here is are, because whenever there are two singular subjects, those are joined with the word and, they always take plural form of verb, that is are. So Karim and Gauri are great friends. Next is there is are a gaggle of geese by the pond. So gaggle of geese, as you know, this is a collective noun. So we have done in one of the rules then that whenever there is any collective noun, we will use singular form of verb. So is is a correct option here. So there is a gaggle of geese by the pond. Then sixth is neither the shopkeeper nor the attendants have been able to recognize the fraudulent customer. So students, we have done that whenever neither nor either are present, so what we do at in those kind of sentences, here neither nor is present, so in those kind of sentences we will look at the you can say subject which is nearer to the verb. So this subject is nearer to the verb. We will not look at shopkeeper here. We will look at the subject which is nearer to the verb. So attendants is the subject that is nearest to the given verbs. So attendants, it is a plural word. So attendants are the plural thing. So that is why have is the correct option here. So have is the right answer. Then economics is are a subject we will study later. So whenever there is any subject name, it will always take here the, you can say, word is, that is singular verb. Economics is a subject we will study later. No doubt it, you can say, you may feel that it is a plural word, but no, economics is a subject we will study later. Then eighth is Gulliver Travel is are one of the best loved books of all the time. So again is the right answer here. Gulliver Travel is one of the best loved books of all times. So is the right answer here. Next is each of you needs to submit the paper by tomorrow. So again each of word is given, and we have done that whenever these kind of words are present, each of so what we do, we choose singular form of verb, that is needs. Each of you needs to submit the paper by tomorrow. Then last but not least, last one is here E is capital, students. Each boy and each girl is are supposed to wear this badge for tomorrow's event. So whenever like word like these word each girl and each boy, these kind of words are given, so we will use singular subject, sorry, singular verb, that is. So each boy and each girl is supposed to wear this badge for tomorrow's event. So this is all about your verbs, and I hope you have understood it very well. So thanks for listening this you can say your topic verbs. So thanks for listening and have a nice day.